All right, day one's underway. I'm here as well. We're running between the pitch and here. Gareth, I don't know if you've ever gotten so many steps in with that tiny watch.
No, I'm doing it.
I'm definitely getting my steps in like all these players. Welcome to the Rugby Tens Championship. We're so happy to be here. The sun is shining. This entire week it's a bit rainy, and we're so happy to be able to be played today, which is very, very cool.
Well, who knew we're coming to Southern California? We get torrential rains for 2 days. This pitch is unplayable, but now it's really fast. Been some great matches already here at the championship.
Absolutely fantastic to see, and of some very good wins as well, specifically the Rhinos, the San Clemente Rhinos, which is so interesting because they all know each other so well, all the four franchises, but they can still do things individually as teams to stand out. And what have you made of the Rhinos as a whole?
Well, we had this great rivalry, the Rhinos and the Honey Badgers. And right out of the gates, I had the women's game first up, and the Honey Badgers won well, quite convincingly, 20 points. And then the men come on, and it flips around. So that completely sums up this tournament, how it's not just about one team, it's actually about the franchises and how proud they are. There's a core of players that have played together with some new fresh blood coming in, all these stars fresh off the Olympics. So it's really great to see. And then you see the youth even getting involved in identifying with those senior players and saying, I want to be a senior Honey Badger, I want to be a senior Rhino one day. And that's part of what this thing offers, and it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, and the Honey Badgers, specifically, obviously the European team, I know they've been working extra hard specifically with their youth program to have them all based in Europe. So you can see that connection almost flow between the Honey Badgers. Have you picked that up in the senior teams as well? Because yesterday we saw the under 18s, the boys and girls do really, really well. Is that what you're experiencing today?
Yeah, you can see it. Well, you can see it where everyone's from. You've got Germans and Dutch and Swedish, all sorts of great players. So the best from those countries are now involved in Rugby 10, so that's great to see. We saw it on the videotape that we saw there, just the detail and some of the high-level coaching that these players are getting. It's a level up from possibly what they're getting at home in their European nations. So that's a huge step forward for these players, and now, getting the exposure to play against all these great. That's actually what you want as a young player. You want to find out where you stand so you can go back and do the work, and it's meaningful work.
Everything happens in one day, and I know it's happening over 3 days, but now how do you recover quickly enough for the next one?
Well, 10s is a bit like 7s. You've got to manage your resources. We obviously got 10-minute halves, so 20-minute games. And it is one of the challenges. We're playing here Sunday because of the rain, and the youth played yesterday, the academies played on a Saturday, Wednesday action, and then Saturday again. So if you don't do it right, you're going to pay the price next Saturday when the hardware is being handed out. It's sitting right here, all these great medals and trophies. Cool. So it is part of it, just like any rugby tournament. And that's part of why they've been training so hard at Rugby Villages, the one in Gordons Bay that we were talking about earlier, and of course the one here in San Clemente. So that's why you do the work and you do the gym work. So when it comes time to produce and try and win these medals, that you've got it in the tank.
Obviously some world-class players. We just saw, the Wild Dogs, Justin Gedeelte, Olympian, also going across the tri-line there to clinch the victory. And also on the Wild Dog side specifically, just because I was eyeballing him on the sidelines there, is Dick Muir. I mean, how epic is that? Yeah,
well, Gedeelte goes back and picks up the ball, calm as you like to set up the winning try, and I'm like, yeah, I guess he's calm. He's been around a bit.
I guess he can do it.
Former World Series winner, done it all with a Blitzbach. And, that's the quality of player we have here. And I think they also really enjoy playing in this competition because it's not a test match. They can try a few different things and get to meet some other people because they're humans after all. And I think if they weren't being treated properly and it wasn't fun, you wouldn't get that quality of player signing up to play in Rugby 10s. And there's no question there's quality throughout.
Absolutely. And, this pitch we talked about this week was a topic of discussion internally, given the rain and all that, because it is a soccer pitch, or as we say in South Africa, football pitch. What do you make of it? I mean, a soccer pitch is always quite interesting for rugby. I know in Cape Town we have the DHL Stadium, which has a hybrid grass. What do you make of this? I don't know, maybe too technical there.
Well, as
have you gone to feel it? Come on, Gareth.
Yeah, it's fast. As you may note from the Grey Beard, I played at a time where it was a sin to play on a soccer pitch, and vice versa. No one wanted us. But now these are elite athletes. They want the fastest track they can get, the surest footing. And I think we've seen it in these early round of games here that it's going to be fast. There's going to be lots of points scored. And these great athletes are going to get to show the world what they can do. So I think it's a great venue for it. Great to see all on the far side, all those tents over there. They're branded up with the franchises. So that's getting the fans in behind and the supporters in behind. So we're starting to really build something here.
Yeah, we've heard some chants also going on with the different ones. Honey Badgers. Any favorites poking out just yet?
I like the elephants because it's good to see elephants running that quickly, scoring tries. So I like the Serengeti.
From the Serengeti, they're all the way.
Yeah.
That's very cool. If you were a coach, what would you be doing at this point? Whether it's a win or a loss, would you just everyone get their feet up, or are we prepping some skills outside?
Probably doing a bit of review, be taking our incredible broadcast and having a look at that, but you would be doing some review. These teams came together only on Wednesdays, so a lot they've had to jam into a few days of prep, but obviously taking care of the bodies, getting the fuel on board, and just passing on those little lessons. The nice thing about Tens is you don't have 15 or 23 players as a coach. You've only got 10 or 12 or 14, so you can get some messages across and get some wins in for the games today, later on today, but also on Wednesday and Saturday as we build the week.
And in terms of the rolling subs, is there ever a tactic with it?
Well, if
is
you
it
get
like NFL? I'm going to chip in there. Sorry, NFL where you get like offense and defense, or how would you describe it? I guess in this aspect.
I don't think we're quite there yet.
Okay.
Although what I do think they're doing is managing the resources. When a team got up, we saw that with the Honey Badgers in the women's game. They were up early, so they can take a few of the star players off, put a few of the younger players in, and as long as things don't go pear-shaped, you can keep playing. So I think it's more about that resource management. Yes, you can have specialists in.
Yes.
You can bring in some of these little quick scrum halves, for example. When you see some tired legs out there, bring them in and trying to work the fringes. That's something you can see later on. But 20 minutes isn't so long that we're going to get these huge tactical plays.
I was about to say, because also I guess in World Rugby now, and with Malcolm Marx being crowned World Rugby Player of the Year, he's in the front row.
Yeah.
It seems these days the front rows are quite mobile.
To say the
What
least.
would you say? So
Well,
is that you can see here, you're not seeing very big burly guys, just standing around. Everyone's moving.
No, well, with only 10 on the field, you got the full-size rugby pitch. We should mention that. It's not like it's condensed or anything. So you've got more ground to cover as a front row forward. You still have to do your work at scrum time, even though a 5-person scrum. You got to do your work, but then you got to get up and defend properly. So if you're a popo and you can't get around to the spaces, you're going to be exposed at this. So you've got to be athletic. And the front row boys and girls these days are just so talented. They're scoring tries. The hookers are scoring tries like
I know.
tomorrow. Yeah.
How do you think you would have ranked in the world top back in the day?
It was built like a prop. It didn't quite play there. So there we go.
Well, it's good to know to see everyone here and being mobile and being fun. It also brings on the tries, which we can see some fans here coming in. I'm sure they're going to stream in throughout the day. It is a Sunday in the USA and California with this beautiful day.
How about the merch? Look, you got the merch. I haven't got my merch
going
yet.
on. It's there's a merch stand all the way back there. We've got a balloon there, Gareth. I'm not sure what that is. We haven't been to Disneyland just yet, but we will get there. But in terms of California, how has it been so far for you? I know you got here on Friday?
Yep. It's always been one of the great hotbeds of rugby in America, in North America, right? And they support the game. But just to see what I witnessed yesterday, the Rugby Village, that level of support, great to see. And the weather's like this, it's fantastic. So I think it's going to be a great host for the next 7 days as we crown a new champion here in 2025. And it's going to be really exciting.
We have any early favorites? Because we had the Badgers have won, not the Badgers, the Elephants and the Wild Dogs recently won it. Any favorites so far as a whole? Because remember, we've got the boys and girls you saw yesterday, and we've got the men and women today.
The Badgers women were very impressive. I'm not sure if the men can back it up. And maybe the local side, maybe find a little bit of traction. San Clemente Rhinos, we'll see how they go, but maybe work on that home field advantage.
It is very, very cool that there's a rugby team based right here in San Clemente.
Oh yeah, and opportunity. So these kids in high school, and there's good high school rugby in Los Angeles, they can look up and say, I want to be playing there. I want to be playing in Irvine down the road, professional Tens rugby.
Do you think it's big in LA because of the Sevens?
It was part of it. There's always been a great community here from Belmont Shore. You've got great university programs in this part of the country. And right now you've got the Legion, California Legion as they are now, part of MLR, but they do so much more youth stuff. So there's some really good people doing good work. It's good to see, and it's a great place to be based for rugby because you can play all year round, except for yesterday when it was pouring rain.
Yesterday we had obviously the boys and girls in action at Riding Park, not too far from here, but some of the parents who are coming out, they apologize. I don't know why the weather's changed this much. It's not the norm. No. But everyone with jackets, but you're from Canada.
I'm from Canada, but the West Coast. But the first one I saw down here was Todd Clever, another one of these great USA Eagles. He's passing on his knowledge, but I'm like, Todd, what's coming on? I come into SoCal, and we can't play because of rain. I could have stayed in Vancouver for that.
I was about to ask. The weather's probably very different there as well. Well, in Cape Town, it's summer now, so and we've been there before with Strand and Gordons Bay for the Tens. You joining us there potentially for an next one, hey?
Would absolutely
love
city. One of my favorite places to visit was there for the Rugby World Cup of Sevens, and obviously the Seven Stop is coming up there. Great friends, and my son, when asked where he wanted to go on holiday this year, I was thinking somewhere local. He thought Camps Bay would be the best place for him. So he's been hit with the Cape Town bug, and he wants to go back there. So and one of my great friends and one of the greatest players I ever played with, Christian Stewart, former Western Province star, just a great host there as well, and lots of good friends. So anytime I'll come back to Cape Town.
Anytime. It's similar conditions to SoCal, but maybe a bit cheaper for the pound and the dollar.
Well,
we're very happy to share our wine with you guys. Yeah.
I'm very happy to spend my dollars against the rand in South Africa.
I like Camps Bay as a place. It's just a stretch of beach, but it's wonderful. We hope to see everyone there very soon. But for now, we're here in SoCal, and it is the Rugby Tens Championship. All the action coming to you live from Irvine Park. This soccer pitch is now a rugby pitch for today. So let's hope all the action gets to the level of this weather, which we have already seen. So we're building and building and building. Those first, we heard a chicken smoothie from the Rhinos say that, Gavin say that they are all the first nerve jitters are out, and now we can get back to some more rugby, both the men and women in action today.